How much 100 do you need to become a millionaire? And is investing in 100, is that your easiest chance of becoming a millionaire, or is it something else? Okay. Just take a look at how 100 has been growing. It's only been a few months, guys. I don't even know if it's been 5 months officially. It's probably coming up on 5 months. It is one of the few things that's growing in crypto right now. The rest of the crypto market has been, with the exception of Bitcoin, which I've showed you, but the rest of the crypto market, including Ethereum, including BNB, has just been dropping. And is due to a number of things, most of which have nothing to do with crypto. Okay, just keeping it real with you. A lot of this has to do with things that have nothing to do with crypto. Wars, mainly wars, regulation, like too much regulation from the SEC, favoritism, manipulation, all of that. I'll have to do a separate video. There's a lot of evidence that the U.S. government and other governments as well are manipulating the price of Bitcoin because they don't like the narrative that, the dollar and fiat is weaker than Bitcoin, even though it is. Right. So, the reason why folk keep talking about 100 is throughout all of this, right? With the exception of Pepe, which I'm going to show you that in a minute, and Bitcoin, just this year, most of the stuff is down. Okay. So, we're going to answer the question, okay, I want to be financially free. What is the best way to go about that? Okay. So the first thing is, what is it so significant or so different about 100 that, it allows it to do this? Well, the first thing is, when you buy, you cannot sell for 100 hours. It is the first decentralized certificate of deposit in crypto. Okay, so that's the first thing. So what does that do? Okay, because you would think, 100 hours, who's trying to sell within 100 hours? Well, you'd be surprised. Okay, this is Pepe here, and what I'm sharing with you right now, what you're looking at right now, is one person who has been buying and selling Pepe. One person. I'm going to go back to when they started, August 21st, and they have been trading every day. I think, I haven't looked at all the days, but pretty much every day, yes, since then. Okay. Like, this is absolutely crazy. And this is typical of most so-called traders in crypto. This is typical of what they do. Why is this a problem? It's a problem because these guys are only looking for like a 1% or 2% gain. So if you buy Pepe, know that as soon as these guys get 1 or 2%, right, they're going to sell, right? Much less like, 5%. Just check this out here. Bought 5,400 worth September 3rd. Price was 78.32. It as soon as it went up to 82.31, which isn't even 10, that's like 5%, right? And look at the times. He probably went to sleep, right? Because he's so much of a G. Like, he's normally trading 30 minutes in between each other. This is why I love blockchain, because it shows you everything. But you see the first trade at 2:10 a.m. Next trade at 2:48 a.m. He probably went to sleep and probably woke up, checked his phone. Oh man, it's up, right? Let me cash out, okay? And that was probably, the most profit that he's had. And then after that, he's been buying, and the price has just been going down and down and down. Why? Because there are so many others like him or her that, are just trying to make a quick buck. And crypto offers, traditionally more volatility than he just lost some more money from October 7th to October 10th. He's starting to slow down a bit, but crypto offers more volatility than stocks. And so it just introduces all of these high frequency traders who ultimately don't make any money, okay? So just imagine, right, if all these Pepe traders, if they had to wait just 100 hours and, there's significant volume that comes through. Pepe does, significantly more volume than 100. That's because nobody knows about 100. But I'm just sharing with you what's possible. If 100 was doing the type of volume that Pepe is doing, it's gonna do something ridiculous. And first of all, oh wow, the market cap has dropped tremendously. That's crazy. This used to be over a billion, 1.4 billion market cap. You can see it's just gone down, right? Got listed on Binance, and then the team secretly sold, even though everybody saw that it was them, secretly sold a bunch of tokens, dumped on people, right? It's just been a disaster, but that hasn't stopped people from trading. The volume is actually pretty low for Pepe, just being honest, right? But 100 has not seen nearly the top of that type of volume, partly because these traders know that they're going to have to hold. But I think over time, it's going to take time, but over time, people are going to realize, like, look, this isn't working. Being in a token with these guys isn't working. So as somebody that, this is you talking, as somebody that wants to be a part of something that has some stability, I don't want to involve myself in projects where people can do this whenever they want. I want to be a part of a project where everybody that gets in has to hold for some type of minimum amount of time. And trust me, 100 isn't going to be the first one. I mean, it is the first one, excuse me. It's not going to be the only one, right? Eventually, these other cryptos will figure it out and say, hey, we need to introduce something like 100. Now 100 becomes the brand name. And I've said this before, it's even possible that 100 themselves, that the developers themselves might introduce something else. Seeing the success of 100, they might introduce, a longer time frame, a 200 or 300 or, whatever they'll call it, because it has changed the crypto game, albeit on a small, scale, because it's still very much unknown. 100 has a lot of haters for whatever reason. Maybe it's because people see it as a threat. These exchanges, want to make money, and so Binance loves this guy. In fact, Binance wishes that they were trading, on Binance.com, because they're making money every single time, right? Which is no different than stocks, which is no different than Forex or everything. The reason why these brokers are hyping up trading and they're selling you the dream, right, is because they are making so much money off you. if you're a high frequency trader. I'm just keeping it real. And crypto is no different, right? You can't do that with this. I'm going to pick one person here. I have not done this. Okay, you see what I'm saying? One guy, well, that was $1 worth. But, typically that's what you're going to see, amongst any of these guys. Okay, here you go. Look at these buys, right? I just picked this randomly, right? July 10th, September 11th, September 18th. You see what I'm saying? September 23rd, October 2nd, October 9th. This is somebody that understands, what's going on, right? And you look at how simple this looks, right? Versus the other, like this is chaos, right? So that's the first things, and that is significant. Okay, it also eliminates emotional selling. Okay, when you turn on the news and you see negative news for whatever reason, right? People in crypto sell their crypto because they see things happening in the world that has nothing to do with crypto. Like it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Like a country that has very little Bitcoin adoption or whatever, something happens, right? Unfortunately, something happens, and people sell Bitcoin or even traditional, stocks because something happened in that area. That doesn't make any sense. Yet you see it all the time. But typically what happens, let me just look at this here. What happens is those are just people who get taken advantage of, right? And the real traders will make up the difference. Like, I don't know, how far does this go back? This doesn't go back far enough. I don't know, like, when the whole Ukraine situation happened, right? But like Bitcoin has gone up since then. It has gone up since then. Let me find the right one. Gotta look for this V3 is new, so we gotta look for the V2. Where's V2? Okay. There we go. Right. So if we go back, see what I'm saying? Had to go back far enough. I don't know exactly when the war started, but Bitcoin has gone up since then. Okay, so people will always have these kind of knee-jerk reactions, but it goes up. Okay, so it with 100, right? Like if something happens, you might want to react. I'm not saying you're not gonna want to react. You might want to, but you can't because you have to hold for at least 100 hours, and then maybe in 2 or 3 days, the whole situation works itself out, right? And it's like, oh well, I don't have to sell now. You know what I mean? Nothing in investment works when you're getting in and out of stuff every day, every other day, every few days, right? Like real estate investment, which we're going to talk about. Like that wouldn't work if everybody had the ability to sell their house like every 2 or 3 days. The real estate market would never grow. Okay. The next thing that 100, I'm just giving you what's significant about 100 first. Because it's crazy, right? The next thing it does is it completely eliminates bots. Bots dominate crypto. There is probably as much, if not more, bot trading than real humans. And what are bots? Bots are, you can set up systems to either buy and sell for you, or sometimes they're just used to fake the funk. And this is the biggest fake the funk token out there. I can't even call it a token because they do this every day. First of all, this is Coinbase. This is their blockchain. Coinbase has a new blockchain. And 99.99999% of everything on the Coinbase blockchain is a scam. And this is the number one scam that they run every day. Okay, do you see how this is going up? Oh, this looks good, right? And this is what you're saying as an investor. Oh, this looks fantastic. I want to get involved in this. Let me tell you, every one of these trades, or I should say 99% of these trades, are bots. And I'm going to prove it to you. Do you see this right here? 7:28:35 a.m. This is the same address. And some kind of way, the same address has bought twice and sold once in the same second. Okay? Look at there. Same address. Did it 7:28? Did it 1:25? Right? Did it 5:02 p.m. yesterday? Right? This is not real. And all this is designed to do is to make it seem like there's two things going on. Number one, again, the average person who doesn't know anything about this kind of stuff might see this and might say, hey, this looks like a good thing to invest in, because they're going to rug this within 24 hours. They've been doing it every single day. They're going to rug it. What does rug mean? Rug means, you see this liquidity here? If you remove this liquidity, right, they'll just take it away and you can't trade it and you'll be stuck with tokens. Okay? So that's what's going to happen, because that's what's been happening every day for like the past, 3 or 4 weeks. Why Dex Screener keeps listing this. Remember we talked about Dex tools, labeling 100, a honeypot and this and that. Look at this. They're saying now no issues. Other people are trying to warn people. You see, we got the dookie emoji, we got the flag, and I'm going to put a flag on here right now. Right? The community is trying to warn people, and yet, Dex Screener and others, Dex tools, won't do anything about this. Okay, so the first thing is designed to steal money from you. The second reason is Coinbase is trying to sell the fact that they're doing more transactions than Binance Smart Chain. Okay, Coinbase hates Binance because Binance is the biggest competitor, right? Just keeping it real. The whole reason why, BUSD is being shut down is because of Coinbase. Notice how USDC, which is a stable coin, nothing happened with that, but all of the regulatory scrutiny was against BUSD because Coinbase is a stock. And these senators and everything are invested in stocks. They need Binance to fail. They literally need them to fail in order to take their market share. They can't, forget the whole open market being competitive, like, free market, all the stuff that they teach you in economic class. That's not how it's done in real life. How it's done in real life is shadiness and backroom deals and, getting into the the regulators' pockets so they can force your competitor to shut down or force a merger or, blackmail, whatever. Okay. But anyway, again, because of the trading cool down, this cannot work on 100. And I don't just want to pick on friends, even though they are the worst ones. This happens on just about every coin, whether that be a human running the bots, because you can make pennies off of every transaction if you got a lot of money, and you can send your bots in between the transaction and make some money that way. Or you can just lie. Projects use this to pretend like they're doing so much volume. Like people talk about, hey, how come 100 doesn't have as much volume? Number one, people don't know about it. Number two, they don't use bots. They don't fake the funk, right? So these are two huge problems in crypto. So the reason why people are talking about is it's been going up, it's weathering the storm, right? And there's unique technology that every other crypto, hear me, every single other crypto at this point does not have this trading cool down and this anti-bot and this emotional type of trading. That's the reason why it's done so well, right? But you're skeptical, okay? And you're like, I don't know about this crypto stuff. I am a somebody, I want to be a millionaire. I realize, what I'm doing right now isn't working. Everything else around me, the price of everything is going up, right? What do I do? How, I got to figure something out, but I done heard so many negative things about this crypto stuff. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. All right. So 6 industries most likely to make you a millionaire. I've looked at a number of these. All of them are pretty much similar. Okay. Number 1, interestingly enough, technology industry. Okay. Is crypto a technology? Yeah. Okay. But what are they talking about? Mobile app development, cloud computing, things like that. Probably 5,000 apps at least. And I'm talking completely out of my neck, but I know that it's true. At least 5,000 either new mobile games or other apps or something comes out every single day. It is extremely competitive. Most of them fail. It takes, I'm assuming a long time to do these type of apps. You spend money, so on and so forth. And, most of them don't work, but, they're saying number 1, tech. Okay. Number 2, insurance industry. I do know insurance agents can get paid if you're, good with selling and following up and all of that. And then once you get somebody to buy a house policy, you want to sell them a car policy. You want to sell to their whole family, so on and so forth. The healthcare industry, okay. If you want to go to school for a long time to become a nurse or a doctor, to work 80 hours a week for 30 years and stress yourself out, the highest suicide rate used to be, I don't know if this is still true, but the highest suicide rate in America, in the world, based on profession, is among doctors. Okay? That tells you the stressful environment that they have. They're making money. It's not a question of making money, but you're working so hard, right? You're not being able to spend, time with your friends, with your family, whatever. And then you're constantly, depending on the type of doctor you are, you're seeing, all these injuries and things like that. That has an effect on your psyche, okay? But we need doctors. We need them. We need nurses, right? They deserve to get paid what they're getting paid. Right? So you could go that route. But again, you're going to have to go to school. You're going to have to pay for school. You're going to have to pay for your doctorate. You're going to have to take tests, right? Get your certification. And then once you get it, you have to keep it, right? So you can't do no shady stuff because you could lose it all, right? So that's that. Media and entertainment. I know a little bit about this. Okay, the entertainment industry pays between $41,500 and $119,000 annually in salaries. There's acting, okay, and directing as well. A whole lot of people want to be an actor. They're not good enough. Acting is incredibly hard, right? And directing is not so much about can you direct, it's getting in the doors. Right? It's getting in the doors. And the worst thing that you want to have happen is you run into some slimy character, you know what I'm saying? That's like, hey, I can help you, you know, if you just, you know, like, so a lot of times you'll see, man, how come this person keeps getting so many roles? They're doing so well. Like they must have a good agent. You don't know what that person went through to get that. Right? And I've read a lot of horror stories like, oh, wow, is that why she's in everything? Is that why she got her break? Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Right? But, you know, it happens on just about every level in Hollywood, right? And then you get to real estate, which I would say most people are going to select real estate because real estate is portrayed as, you know, the easiest and all of that, okay? Again, I'm not shunning you away from any of this stuff. If you think you have talent, you know, if you can make people laugh, right? YouTube, what's not on this list is YouTubers. Man, YouTubers, it's the hardest thing to do. Trust me, I know. But, you know, if you're willing to work harder than everybody else, if you gotta have a certain look, okay? Like, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. You have to have an interesting look. You either have to be gorgeous or there has to be an interesting look about you. YouTube is very ageist, okay, and it's also colorist. So the younger you are, right, the more success that you'll have, no matter what, you know, the subject is. But that being said, I believe YouTube and entertainment in general is still a growing industry, and there are opportunities for people. But, you know, again, it takes time, which anything takes time, right? But versus working a job for 30 years, if you had to give 10 years to YouTube, 8 years to YouTube, right, to replace your job income, is that worth it, right? That's up to you. But again, very competitive. You have a lot of people trying to do that. So a lot of people go into real estate. I've heard people say, you know, more millionaires have been made in real estate than anything else. And I think that's probably true. But you have to understand how, okay? So first of all, this is the median sales price of houses in the United States. And so you can see that this has been going up. So when people say more millionaires have been made in real estate than anything else, how does that work? What they're not telling you is they bought houses in the 1980s for $64,000 and they're now worth, you know, $400,000. Okay? And maybe they bought another house here in 1990 for $121,000 and is now worth $400-something thousand. Right? If they were smart, they bought multiple houses you know, along the way, right? They go up in value, you know, you rent some out, whatever, you know, when you sell those houses, you can make money, okay? And that has been true, right? Anytime back here, you know, there were millionaires that were made after the 2008 crash. If you were able to scoop some houses up, I've told you guys my story many times. I bought a house for $15,000, right? And I ended up selling that house for $180,000. You know, but that was like 19 years later, but still, right? So, you know, people have done that, but it's not 2008 anymore. So if you're somebody that wants to get into real estate, there's two questions you have to ask. Number one, how are you going to afford it? Because the average house now, according to this graph, is $400,000, which I think is absolutely, completely insane. So that's the first thing. And if you're going to make millions in real estate, you're going to need multiple properties, right? Maybe back here, you know what I'm saying? You could buy multiple properties at 100-something thousand, or you could definitely buy multiple properties back here, right? It's hard to buy multiple properties when the average single family home is $400,000. The second thing that you have to consider is, and quite frankly, I'm surprised. You know, if we want to talk about where I've been wrong in how, at least temporarily, how the real estate industry has continued to go up despite incomes not matching. Okay. And so, you know, what I didn't take under consideration is that BlackRock and other hedge funds would start buying up all the property. I didn't factor that. But that being said, when you're buying real estate, you have to decide, like, is this sustainable? Have salaries doubled since 2008? Have salaries quadrupled since 1991? Okay, the answer to that is no. Right? It hasn't. So this cannot continue unless the governments around the world reduce interest rates. But we did that already, right? That's why we have inflation where we have it, is because the governments introduced all the money, a bunch of money, well, not all the money, pretty much all the money, into the market, right? And that gave people more money. And so now you can afford more house and all that. That's what made Bitcoin go up to 69,000. It was so much money. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. But incomes have to match this at some point. They have to. And I think this is the most precarious industry, not only from a housing standpoint, but also if you're a realtor. I believe realtors are going to be replaced in America conservatively within the next, I'm gonna say 10 years. 10 years, like, it's so silly to pay a realtor 6%, right? You know, like they haven't helped you build the house, whatever. They haven't fixed it up, and you're literally giving them, you know, 6% of your biggest asset. I think it's stupid. I'm sorry if you're a realtor, but you know that I'm telling the truth, and we have the technology now where you don't need that. Right, houses are going to be bought on the blockchain. Deeds are going to be on the blockchain. You're going to need lawyers a lot less. You know, it's going to be a lot less red tape. I believe people are going to be able to walk in to a new house, see the house, take their phone, QR code the house, and if they have enough Bitcoin in their wallet, they're going to be able to buy the house. The house is already going to be furnished. Like, that's the way that I would do real estate, right? So free game. Like, if I was going to do real estate, I would build houses, pre-furnished, prefurbished, everything ready to go, and literally somebody be able to buy the house with the click of a button using cryptocurrency. It's only a matter of time before that happens, right? But in the meantime, if you're trying to make it, you need money. And it's not like after you get the money, it's going to happen, right, in 2 or 3 years. But even based on this trajectory, okay, house prices have doubled in, 13, 14, 15 years. So you would think you got to wait at least another 14, 15 years for your house to double. But again, do you really think the average house, we're at 400 something thousand right now. You honestly think the average house in America is going to be $1 million? Come on now. Okay. So these are the options you have. Start a business, right? Tech, acting, directing, entertainment, become a doctor, insurance industry, right? Mobile app. These are, the options, and according to this is the best way to become a millionaire. These are the options that the world is giving you, okay? In terms of how to do that. Now, I want to give you another option, okay? And that is, how much hundred do I think you need to become a millionaire, to give yourself a chance at becoming a millionaire, okay? And I think that number is at least 100 million tokens, okay? So now let's put in 100 million tokens and see what that comes up to. There you go. 100 million tokens as of this moment is $7,025. Last week it was 6,500. The week before that it might have been 6,100. A few months ago you could have bought 100 million tokens for maybe $1,000 or $2,000. This is called a clue, right? It's going up. Why? Because people are discovering the technology. What are you going to have to do to make this, get to the level that you need to get to for you to be a millionaire? Are you going to have to work 80 hours a week? Right? Are you going to have to work on a particular craft, work on acting, work on directing? Are you going to have to, work on being an athlete and all the things that come with that, and injuries and surgeries? And are you going to have to do any of that? No. All you have to do is nothing. What would help, what would be cool, is that you introduce this opportunity to others and say, look, bro, look, sis, I know you. You've been working hard. Keep working hard. Keep doing your thing. Nobody wants to stop living their dream, right? You have the dream to become, a entertainer, a doctor, or whatever. If that's your dream, then that's your dream. But who else or what else is working for you while you're working on your dream? Who else? Okay? It's certainly not this here. These are bots. It's certainly not these guys here that can sell whenever they want. First of all, Pepe isn't based in anything. There's nothing special about the code. It's just sometimes a fluke thing in crypto happens, and that's what happened. Okay? This is at least introducing something new. Now, it remains to be seen if, it will catch on. Nobody's saying it's a guarantee, or I'm not saying that. But $7,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 or whatever can give you a chance. And the level that this has to get to in order for that to happen is $1 billion market cap as of right now. Currently it's at 7 million. What other cryptocurrencies, meme coins, have surpassed $1 billion market cap, right? Like, do we have any other type of examples of meme coins, since we're going to be in that category, right? Even though most meme coins don't have anything to it. But, that's the category that 100 is in because, of the artwork and everything it does. But it's really a revolutionary crypto, right? But Dogecoin, most of you know about Dogecoin. Dogecoin has fallen the last few years. Its current valuation is $8 billion. $8 billion. That's the current valuation. At one time, Doge was worth $70 billion. $70 billion at the top. And look how fast it happened. It happened so fast. This is why, again, it took some time, right? So that's the first thing I like about Doge. It wasn't Pepe went up in a couple weeks and it's been going down ever since. Doge was kind of like 100. Kind of undiscovered, kind of a joke. Look at the price. 0001, right? Just chilling. Those who got in here were lucky. Who was getting in here? Family, friends, right? Just kind of grassroots. And then all of a sudden, whoop, this is a vertical. This is insane. I can imagine the emotions that people felt on this day. This was absolutely nuts, right? So this is what's possible. You know what I'm saying? 70 billion. Right now they're at 8 billion right now. The crypto market is down. They're at 8 billion right now. 100 is at 7 million. Okay? And I can tell you, we can't guarantee this, right? Nobody can guarantee anything. But here's what I can say. If the only thing that it takes is enough people sharing. 100 is a sharing economy. That's what it is. You have something of value. You have something of substance. You have something real. You have a real technology, right? It's not about, some cartoon character, right? Harry Potter or Scooby-Doo or Simpsons. And that's trash. Okay? So you have something real. So it's like you feel better about sharing because it actually has a use case. It has a use case. This prevents high frequency trading, emotional selling, and bots. Right? Which is a huge thing. You can just play this video. And so this guy on YouTube said, he thinks 100 million has a chance to make us a millionaire. Right? This is the conversation that you have. Okay, well, who's this guy on YouTube? Is he a millionaire? Well, yes. Not only is he a millionaire, but he's helped others become a millionaire as well. He's done it multiple times with a number of people. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? Now, again, no guarantee. Right? But I believe, like, I wholeheartedly believe, especially in crypto, I'll keep it to crypto. I think this is your best chance. And as I said, not only that, I think it's going to introduce a new category to crypto of making people wait. Because again, it's the reason why stocks are stocks. Because you can't sell them. Right? When you buy stocks through your job, you can't sell them. They know what they're doing. They've already done this. So people will say, oh, crypto was volatile. Well, you don't understand why. Because there are so many other measures in traditional finance and banking and so on and so forth that you don't even have access to your money. The difference is they're taking your money and they're investing it into something else. In the case of certain banks, they're investing it into crypto. They're taking your money and investing it into crypto. With crypto, you actually have ownership, complete 100% ownership. Now that comes with the responsibility, right? And things I can't cover in this video, I'll have to, probably put that in my course or something. It comes with a responsibility because there are scammers and different things out there like that. But if you follow the rules, nobody can touch you. Bitcoin itself has never been hacked. It's impossible to hack. Okay? 100 has code in it to stop hackers. To even if somebody hacks you, right, there's code in place to stop the hackers. Again, revolutionary technology. Okay? So that's how much 100 I think. Like to increase your odds. Now, of course, you can invest more. But if you don't have that, don't be discouraged. Hey, I only got 500. Okay. Hey, I only got 100. That's fine. Right? Invest what you can and be patient. Share with others. See where it goes. Right? And then, hopefully other things will be introduced. And if they are, you know where to go. I'm going to tell you about it. Hey, I found something else, right? Because I only started with a little bit of money, and I had to go from project to project. But I was patient with all of them. And that's the main thing that 100 is trying to do for people, is create a community of passionate, patient people. Passionate, patient people who are tired of all of the bots and high frequency trades going on in crypto. It's your boy BSG. I'm going to holler at y'all in the next video.